Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for INSA's third annual Achievement Awards. I want to give one special welcome tonight to our guest of honor, the director of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, Tish Long, and her husband, John Skabinski. I'm not going to mention any other distinguished guests because I'd probably leave somebody out. You know who you are, and we're glad you're here with us. I am going to say to all of you, welcome and happy holidays. I'm sorry you got stuck in some of the holiday traffic out there tonight. We didn't deconflict with the White House Christmas tree lighting. I do want to say thanks to members of INSA's Board of Directors. They're kind of scattered up here in the second row. Our Board of Advisors and Executive Committee members that are here tonight. INSA simply could not do what it does without your guidance and support, so thanks for your support of INSA. I don't do this well, and I don't have a slide up to say it, but you know, we're trying to get into the social media stuff. So we got a few folks out there tweeting tonight, and for those following INSA's Twitter at INSA Alliance, you can tweet about tonight by using the hashtag INSA Achievement. Okay, you got that? Okay, a little history here. The Achievement Awards were established in 2010 by the INSA Board of Directors to recognize the achievements and contributions of young professionals throughout the intelligence and national security communities. The awards reach across the military, civilian, academic, first responder, and industrial components of the IC to identify those young people and mentors who are rising stars in the community. All 6 Achievement Awards are named after previous William Oliver Baker Award winners, 3 of whom are here with us tonight to present the awards, and you'll meet them a little bit later. We sometimes refer to these Achievement Awards as the Baby Bakers because we think one of these Achievement Award winners may be back in 20 years or so as a Baker Award recipient. And I think you'll concur after you hear what some of these young folks have done already. This year's recipients join us from those from the last 2 years as representing the best and the brightest our community has to offer. Collectively, the awards have been awarded to representatives from the FBI, DEA, DIA, DHS, the Department of Treasury, the Coast Guard, Navy, Army, Penn State, Carnegie Mellon, LMI, ITT Excelis, and Frontline Solutions. Pretty good mix of folks. 2 of last year's winners are with us here tonight. Megan Green of the FBI. Megan, would you stand up? Thanks for being with us again tonight. And David Lindstedt of ITT Excelis. David, where are you? And so thanks everyone who submitted. We had over 50 nominations for the awards this year. Not bad. And we thank everybody that spread the word about the awards. And I ask when we come through this process again next year, recognize what a valuable thing this is, and let's get some more nominations in next year for the next iteration of these awards. Tonight's celebration would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. On behalf of the INSA Board and our membership, I'd like to thank our sponsors, General Dynamics, Raytheon, ITT Excelis, and Northrop Grumman. Thank you very much. Also, thank you to those companies that purchased a table tonight and to our friends in government who came out to support the recipients also. You know, one a special little thing I want to do tonight, it's kind of, toot our horn a little bit. INSA's had a pretty good year. We've gotten some good papers out. We've had some good events, all that sort of stuff. But we actually had a pretty good 4 years. And that pretty good 4 years has been largely due to the leadership of a very dedicated individual who's with us here tonight. She stood me up a couple of times and didn't want me to do this. but just wanted to say our past president, Ellen McCarthy, did an extraordinary job of leading INSA. So I'm not going to say all the other nice things I was going to say about Ellen because you beat me to the applause there, okay? But as you know, Ellen's gone back to NGA. Yeah. INSA's loss is NGA's gain, but Ellen, we miss you, and thanks for all you did for INSA. Finally, before dinner is served, I want to extend my gratitude to each of you for what you do in the community, and for recognizing the importance of these achievement awards and honoring those who have clearly demonstrated at a young part of their career excellence in their fields. With your help, INSA will continue these programs and continue honoring these young professionals. Thank you to our award recipients, which will meet after dinner, and enjoy what we hope is a good dinner. Thanks. Before we get to the actual award presentations, I want you to join me as we welcome our guest of honor to the podium, but let me say a couple of things first. Tish Long took on her current position in August 2010, and in doing so became the first woman to lead a major U.S. intelligence agency. Followed not too long after by Leslie Ireland and Karen Wagner. But during her appointment ceremony, she thanked her friend and mentor, Director Clapper, for, quote, taking a chance on a young executive way back when, unquote. A clear embodiment of the sentiment we're trying to get across tonight about recognizing young folks and recognizing talent early on. Previously, Director Long had served as Deputy Director of DIA, Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence, and Director of the Executive Director for Intelligence Community Affairs for the DCI. Her years of experience and multiple positions of leadership across the community give her a unique and layered view of the challenges the IC faces today and as we move forward. Tish, thanks for being with us tonight and for helping us to honor these young Achievement Award winners.
Thank you, Chuck, for that kind introduction. And good evening to everyone. It really is truly an honor to be here this evening to be the guest speaker and to be here amongst so many friends. And I've met a few new ones tonight, but a lot of old friends. INSA does so very much to further intelligence equities and illuminate pressing issues. And I just want to say thank you to all of INSA's members, especially those who are here tonight. Thank you for the important role that you play as thought leaders and as advocates on crucial topics for national security. And I would also like to thank the organizers of the event. A lot goes into making events like this come off seemingly easily. I know a lot of hard work behind the scenes. So a big thanks to all of those who were involved in making this successful. And like Chuck, I'm not going to go through all of the honorables, past and present. There are so many luminaries here tonight, and as he said, you know who you are. So thank you for being here, and thank you for what you do each and every day. I would, however, like to recognize Ellen McCarthy. Now, I didn't know that Chuck was going to make that recognition. The reason I want to recognize Ellen as the past president of INSA and chief operating officer of NGA is that she is the driving force behind this event. She was the one who established this event 3 years ago. Ellen has always mentored young intelligence professionals, and she encouraged INSA to take a community leading role in developing the next generation who serve our nation. And so, Ellen, thank you for getting this started, and I'm sure it will continue on. Well done. Tonight really is a special event. It's an opportunity for us to honor really 3 groups of people. First, the 6 remarkable young professionals for their significant contributions so early in their careers. Second, their mentors, their families, their friends, their support structure who have encouraged their success. And third, the icons of the national security community, the 6 Oliver Baker Award winners for whom these awards are named. The awards tonight recognize young professionals from across the entire community, from government, military, academia, homeland security, and industry. We are all partners. We are all servants to one unified cause, and that is protecting the nation from the diverse and demanding security challenges that we face. And it's important, I think, for all of the young professionals here this evening to better understand the contributions that we make as a unified intelligence community. So before we get to actually the awards, I'd like to share 3 things this evening. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about how NGA is a community leader in mentoring our young talent and how we are developing those leaders. Second, how critical it is for all of us gathered here to follow the examples of the 6 extraordinary leaders for whom these awards are named. And then third, I'd like to challenge our young professionals to embrace the values and principles that the careers of these 6 pioneers demonstrate. And I'll also challenge you to make contributions greater than you could imagine. So first on NGA. I'd like to say we're a community leader in developing talented young professionals. My #1 strategic focus is leader development. We have 8 strategic initiatives, and as I said, #1 is leader development. We have a leadership culture change that is actually underway, and it's based on a concept that many of you I know are familiar with, and that is servant leadership. And what I mean by that is that our leaders are truly dedicated they dedicate their lives to a mission, a worthy cause greater than themselves. They understand that they can achieve that mission by serving, by nurturing and encouraging the people they work with and the people they work for. At NGA, the ultimate success of our mission and our vision depends on leadership. The idea that each person, as an individual and as part of the greater whole, can and does make a proactive contribution each day. And we are taking practical steps to apply servant leadership concepts. During the next year, all 1,400 supervisors will participate in leader development training, and they will undergo a 360-degree assessment. We are setting standards for, training toward, and basing our performance plans on leadership principles. We expect everyone to model positive behaviors that will set the best examples for all of our employees. Furthermore, we support a significant mentoring and job shadowing program. We have hundreds of formal and informal mentoring relationships, and all of our senior leaders, including me, encourage their staffs to take advantage of mentoring opportunities and mentor others. All of our seniors also participate in active peer coaching groups, which is an effective form of group mentoring. And I will tell you, we have what are called triads, so groups of 3 in peer mentoring situations. And for me, it's myself, the deputy director, and the chief operating officer. We meet for about 30 minutes, at least, every week, and mentor one another and it has been of tremendous value, I know, to myself. In September, NGA hosted the 9th Annual Interagency Mentoring and Collaboration Workshop. Director Clapper was our keynote speaker. We had 30 senior leaders from across the intelligence community and more than 250 members of the IC come together on a Saturday for 7 hours. I think that is reflective of the passion and the commitment that our folks have to really building their networks and mentoring one another. Another thing we do at NGA is speed mentoring. And if you've never heard of speed mentoring, it's not like speed dating. Actually, I don't know, maybe it is. I've never been to a speed dating event. John, have you? My husband's here this evening. So speed mentoring. You gather in a room, sit at a table, or you can stand in clusters, and it's a senior with 5 or 6 or 7 junior employees, and they just pepper you with questions for 10 to 15 minutes, and then they move on to the next senior, and the next group of folks come. And I participated in one of these events a couple of months ago at NGA, and I will tell you, I think I learned more from them than they learned from me, because it was the questions they were asking were really a little bit different. But I really enjoyed it. I will tell you, because I think it reminded me of the women and men who have had such a tremendous impact on my career. At each step along the way, I've had many mentors help me stretch, take me beyond my comfort zone. They challenged me to do more than I thought I ever could. And I also learned the value of honest feedback. And there are a few in this room who have given me that honest feedback over the years, and I thank you for that. I will tell you, Ms. Dempsey, that feedback prepared me for the tougher jobs and increased responsibilities. And really, truly, without that mentoring, there's no doubt in my mind that I wouldn't be standing here today. So thank you to all who have been and continue to be my mentors. You know who you are. As current leaders, we have a responsibility to nurture the young professionals in our organizations. We must give back to them because, like the fine award winners this evening, they will have many opportunities in their careers to make a decisive difference. Perhaps they will make an essential scientific discovery or create a new analytic technique that turns the corner on a hard intelligence problem. Perhaps they will just choose to do the right thing in a complex and difficult situation. And they will look to us for guidance as role models of how to respond in these critical circumstances. So tonight, I urge all of you to participate, and I urge you to urge your leaders to participate in opportunities such as this, in opportunities that facilitate cross-generation dialogue, education, and networking. INSA and other organizations offer opportunities which certainly further this goal. And these opportunities allow us as seniors to practice what we preach. They are important because, frankly, I think as everyone in this room knows, or at least those with children and grandchildren, know that what we do is far more important than what we say. And true leaders live by their deep values and the high standards that they set. At NGA, since we are an agency that studies the world, we have a simple acronym that expresses our core values, and that's EARTH. E for excellence, A for accountability, R for respect, T for teamwork, and H for honesty. Those core values also correspond well with the 7 principles on which these achievement awards are based: leadership, influence, proficiency, values, team building, excellence, and personal skills. These values and principles have been the solid foundation on which the 6 community leaders for whom these awards are named built their careers. All of them have made and continue to make lasting contributions because they have embodied these values and have lived their lives as true servants to our community and to our nation. Let us briefly consider the exceptional ways each has exemplified these values and principles. The late Edwin Land, and I'd like to thank my friend Scott White for representing Mr. Land this evening. This extraordinary innovator, the inventor of the Polaroid process, for those of us who are old enough to remember Polaroid cameras, founded two major industries. He believed in his vision when he established his first laboratory as a young man and founded the Polaroid Corporation. He fostered an innovative, risk-taking organization that attracted the best optical and imagery scientists in the business. They created hundreds of products that revolutionized cameras, optical devices, and motion picture processes. On top of these remarkable accomplishments, Land performed an extraordinary service for our nation. During the Cold War, he led the intelligence subcommittee of the famous Project 3 panel that created overhead reconnaissance, the U-2 project, and the first reconnaissance satellites. He helped lay the groundwork for what has become the NRO and the NGA and the remarkable technologies that we use today. Former Senator John Warner, and I'd like to thank my friend Karen Wagner for representing the senator this evening. During Senator Warner's 30 years in the Senate, he was, and of course remains, a man of great integrity who often took controversial stands for what he believed was best for the country rather than for the partisan advantage. He exemplified political courage as chair of the Armed Services Committee and as a senior leader on the Senate Select Committee for Intelligence and the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. And a number of us were fortunate to have dinner with Senator Warner on Monday evening as we celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence. And all of the guest speakers remarked that if we had Senator Warner and men like him in Congress today, we might not be facing the fiscal cliff that we are. Admiral Studeman. Where is Admiral Studeman? I saw him earlier this evening. Hiding. Nice try, Bill. Your 35 years of service has blazed the trail for intelligence integration and joint operations. Admiral Studeman served as Director of Naval Intelligence, Director of NSA, and as the Deputy Director of Central Intelligence. Now, sir, you continue to serve as one of the most dedicated servants and a keen advocate for the community's improvement, and I would say you have always been that. I'd also like to thank you for your 6 years as a member of the NGA Independent Advisors. Your career serves as a role model for senior leadership, cross-community integration at every level, and the essential need to constantly challenge and improve our processes. Thank you for your service to NGA and our nation. Richard Kerr, and Dick, I saw you from across the room. Are you here? There you are. Sir, good to see you again. Throughout your 31-year career with the CIA and as Deputy Director of Central Intelligence, and since your retirement, you have served as one of the most prominent thought leaders about the critical issues facing the discipline of intelligence analysis. Your model career demonstrates that steady dedication and constant commitment can enhance the creativity and the deep insight needed to solve serious problems. Thank you for your exceptional example and the impact you have had on CIA and intelligence analysis. Dr. Sidney Drell, and I'd like to thank Alan Sonsteby for presenting this award on behalf of Dr. Drell. Dr. Drell is a truly exceptional academic and public servant. He has been one of the most important high-energy physicists of his time. Dr. Drell has served 10 presidents, the CIA, and the intelligence community for 40 years as a premier expert on nuclear weapons and arms control. And he was a founding member of the JASONs, a most prestigious group of scientific advisors to the president. His exemplary career demonstrates how academia can serve the country not only through scientific discovery, but as importantly, with honest, informed advocacy. Joan Evelyn Dempsey. Joan, you have been a friend, a mentor, and a personal role model for me for many years. You began your career as a Department of Defense presidential management intern, and since then, you have enjoyed a varied career. You fought the budget battles of the 80s and the 90s. You want to come back and help us in this decade? Okay. You served as Assistant Secretary of Defense for Command, Control, Communication, and Intelligence, and as the first Deputy Director of Central Intelligence for Community Management. Joan also served as the Executive Director of the President's Foreign Intelligence Advisory Board, now the PIAB, and you have conducted your career by the highest principles and served as a professional compass for a generation of women. Your compass has allowed this generation to follow the path of sustained excellence in public service. Thank you. Thank you for all you have done for me personally and for this nation. I think we owe all of these extraordinary servants a heartfelt round of applause. These 6 role models have set a high standard that the young professionals we honor here tonight have begun to meet by their early contributions. To all of the young professionals here, you have only begun to make your mark. I challenge you not only to follow the example of, but also to exceed the contributions of these superior leaders. We senior leaders will demand even more of you in the future. We need your knowledge, your courage, your creativity, and your passion. So together we can continue to fulfill our mission to protect our nation. There is no higher calling. To quote a great man, Winston Churchill, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Every successful leader, every one of you here this evening, has dedicated your life to service to our nation, giving of yourselves to your missions, making sacrifices that cannot be measured. We must have an equal dedication to giving our experience, our insight, our knowledge to the next generation. I strongly believe INSA and all of you here tonight have essential roles to play in nurturing that next generation. As you are all keenly aware, we face a challenging budget environment, while at the same time, the security challenges become ever more daunting. For the community to continue to succeed in our mission, we must lead and be led by these young, innovative professionals. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you this evening. It has been a true honor to be with the groundbreaking leaders of today and the trailblazers of our bright tomorrow. Thank you. They're going to take pictures.
Wow. Tough act to follow. But Tish did bring something up that I've got to tell you about. And it's a council that we've recently formed at INSA that's being led by Mike Thomas. That's back here at table number 11. But we're going to have our first speed mentoring event on January 24th at the Key Bridge Marriott, so put that on your calendar. And we're going to do exactly what Tish said in terms of getting some mentors in a room and letting young folks move around and ask some really hard questions about how do I need to put my career together. So join us for that one. And now, let's get on to some awards for some very deserving young people. Tish mentioned Senator Warner. I was fortunate to work for him. He has to limit some of the things that he does anymore, but he remains a great man. He's unable to be with us tonight, but I'm pleased to introduce his stand-in, the Honorable Karen Wagner. Karen is the Undersecretary of Homeland Security for Intelligence and Analysis, and a true veteran of the IC and a longtime friend of INSA. Karen is presenting the John W. Warner Homeland Security Award to Jordan Renga. And Jordan, if you'd come on up here too. Of the Department of Homeland Security, Office of Intelligence Analysis. Please join me in welcoming Karen and Jordan.
Thank you, Chuck. I'm honored to be presenting this prestigious award on behalf of Senator Warner. I think Tish and Chuck have already said all the great things about Senator Warner. I know many of us worked with him for many years on military intelligence and homeland security issues, and he does send his sincere congratulations to this year's recipient, Mr. Jordan Renga. I know he wishes he could be here, but I said I'm pleased to be able to take his place. So Jordan Renga serves as an intelligence analyst in the Office of Intelligence and Analysis, so I'm very happy to be able to present this award to one of my own who I actually know and have had a lot of interaction with. Jordan is an extraordinary young analyst. He is visionary, he is creative, and he has contributed greatly to the department's mission to improve the first responders' ability to prevent attacks. He's devoted his own time and energies to coming up with new and better ways to doing this, including developing a mock-up of a terrorist device that the secretary liked so much we were not sure we were going to be able to get it back from her. So I said, I've had the pleasure of observing Jordan working his craft, interacting with the most senior elements of our community. His leadership and initiative are going to have a lasting impact. He will go far. I want to thank Barbara and Peter and Jim, who are here for recognizing Jordan's talents and abilities, and Dawn Scalisi, of course, and putting him in for this award, and I'm not at all surprised that he won. So on behalf of INSA and Senator Warner, I'm proud to present this year's John Warner Homeland Security Award to Jordan Renga for his dedication to protecting the homeland.
There's an enormous presidential debate timer right here that I'm waiting to start counting down. A lot of people have joined the IC because of 9/11, and I'm no exception to that. I was pretty young when it happened. I was 13, and I remember to this day the madness and confusion and suffering that I saw. I remember being able to see the smoke from the towers for weeks after from my hometown in New Jersey. Not long after that, I knew that I had to enter government service to do my part to prevent another attack against the U.S. Fast forward to today, and I'm honored to be recognized for my service, for achieving my goals, for doing my part to make this country just a little bit safer. But this achievement was not just my doing. There are a lot of people over the past several years who have been integral in my success. First and foremost, I need to thank my family for supporting me in my pursuit of a career in intelligence, and for finally no longer asking what I do. I have to thank the leadership at INA, Karen Wagner, Bill Terry, Dawn Scalisi, Peter Rowe, Barbara Alexander, Dustin Razai for their years of guidance, support, and trust in allowing me to support INA's mission. I have to thank my team, Jim Barry in particular, some of the most professional, knowledgeable, helpful, and patient people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And last but certainly not least, I have to thank James Sung for his years of personal and professional mentorship. I'm confident that had it not been for him, I would not be up here today. That said, I certainly hope that this is only the beginning and that I've learned enough from these individuals to continue to be successful in accomplishing the DHS mission in the future. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Dr. Alan Sonstaby, Director of Intelligence Community Programs, Penn State University Applied Research Lab, and member of the INSA Board of Directors. Joining him, Dr. Jürgen Pfeffer of Carnegie Mellon University, recipient of the 2012 Sidney D. Drell Academic Achievement Award.
As chair of the Academic Selection Committee, I'm honored and humbled to represent Dr. Sidney Drell this evening in the presentation of the 2012 Sidney D. Drell Academic Award. This award recognizes leadership, potential for growth, impact on the profession through academic contribution, mission accomplishment, and emerging professional standing and influence. As a renowned physicist, founding member of the Jasons, and a 2001 William Oliver Baker Award recipient, Dr. Drell stated it best: "Our national security requires the best possible intelligence, and the best possible intelligence benefits tremendously from the best possible science." This year's recipient, Dr. Jürgen Pfeffer of Carnegie Mellon University, exemplifies the qualities required of a Sidney Drell Award winner. His research projects on North Africa and the Middle East seek to detect changes in the complicated networks of people, organizations, and international influences. Dr. Pfeffer's work in network analysis will affect the lives of intelligence community analysts as the techniques he develops matriculate into common use. Dr. Pfeffer's work in dynamic networks represent groundbreaking new science and aids in our understanding of the complex, changing web of connections we observe among our adversaries. In short, Dr. Pfeffer's work will help to provide security for our nation's future by enabling us to better understand our adversary through their networks. It is for Dr. Pfeffer's leading-edge research and dedication to improving the capabilities of the intelligence community through science that INSA is proud to present him with the 2012 Sidney D. Drell Academic Award.
Okay, thank you. We were told to actually stick to 100 to 150 words, so I think this was a little bit too much. But so here are my 96. So first of all, thank you. It fills me with great esteem to be receiving this prestigious award, and I would like to thank the board for selecting me, and I would also like to thank all my supporters in the recent years, and in particular, Professor Kathleen Colley, who was my former postdoc advisor, and especially for her help in hone a lot of skills that contributed to the work I'm doing, and the work in social network analysis and developing algorithms to make analysis of large data more efficient and more productive, and also, often just possible, because for a lot of stuff, what we are doing today, this was not 5 years ago. People couldn't imagine that we first have this data, and second, that we can handle it, and that we can analyze and can make use of it at all. And so this is what I'm doing, and I'm thankful to the committee that this work is honored. And last but not least, I like to thank the organizers, because for putting this event together and for bringing together such a diverse array of individuals, and whom I look forward in meeting and sharing ideas with during the course of this event. So thank you again, and let's enjoy and exchange our ideas. And I guess I also didn't stick very much to my 150 words, so 7, 6. Let's wait. Does something happen with 0? No. Okay, thanks.
Please welcome to the stage Admiral Bill Studeman, member of the INSA Board of Directors and 2007 recipient of the William Oliver Baker Award. Joining him, Captain Krista Martin, United States Army, recipient of the 2012 William O. Studeman Military Achievement Award.
Well, thank you very much. It's always an honor to see so many friends from both the intelligence community and the great industries that serve our business. I was talking to Chuck tonight before, and he was talking about having gone through the if you will, dossiers for the competitors for this award and telling me what an incredible competitive group with amazing bona fides that were competing for this group. I have to actually go back into INSA now and read all these award recommendations because it is inspiring, I think, for all of us. And also, I think it's important for us to recognize that in this depressing time, the future is in the hands of these kinds of people, and I think the future is bright for the community because these kinds of people are in our business. It's a pleasure for me tonight to be able to present this military award to Captain Krista Martin, U.S. Army. I'm going to give you a Charlie Allen warning before Krista speaks here for a minute. As with the last recipient, you will notice an accent. And I think without going into the depth of Krista's background, I think it's a tribute to both her and the Army and the intelligence community and the country and our business as to how people find their way into this kind of compelling enterprise that we run and the kind of service that they give. Krista was the commander of Bravo Company, 14th MI Battalion, the chief of the Theater Intelligence Group, the TIG. She got back from Afghanistan in October. Multiple deployments to the Middle East, as a lot of the young people today have had, both in Iraq and Afghanistan. She's en route to Fort Huachuca, Paradise in the High Valley, here soon, currently at San Antonio. But she was identified by her commanders as one of the most technically proficient and professional leaders in her battalion. And so it gives me great pleasure to present to you the military award winner, Captain Krista Martin, and I won't make any Army-Navy jokes tonight. But.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to stand before you tonight and accept this award. After I found out I was chosen to receive the award, I was not only shocked, but humbled. The military intelligence branch is filled with capable, intelligent people, and it's an overwhelming experience to be selected from such a vast pool of competent professionals. Receiving this award allows me to publicly recognize the sacrifices my fellow service members and I made while deployed. When I commissioned in 2008, my only desire was to be a military intelligence officer. I felt I could best apply my abilities by gathering, analyzing, and disseminating information. I can't imagine doing anything else in the Army, and receiving this award validates the last 4 years of my career. To be recognized today in such a public manner inspires me to continue work hard, and it motivates me to ensure I give everything I have to be successful now and in the future. Any success I've had as an Army officer is due in large part to the opportunities that others haven't given to me, and I want to thank my battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Arnold, for trusting me with this privilege to lead a team consisting of members from different services and agencies. Over the course of a year, I had the pleasure to watch soldiers, airmen, and civilians come together to form a cohesive and tight-knit team. I owe my success during the deployment to my subordinates who formed Bravo Company. Without their technical and tactical expertise and desire to do whatever it takes to get the job done, I wouldn't be here today. Service members, regardless of their rank, provided me valuable support and expertise, and I learned so much just by listening to them and asking them questions. Together, we built a great family, and we were able to accomplish any mission that came our way. Again, being not only nominated, but ultimately selected to receive this award is an incredible honor and the highlight of my career. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Richard Kerr, 2008 recipient of the William Oliver Baker Award. Joining him, Jessica McKeon from the Department of Treasury, 2012 recipient of the Richard J. Kerr Government Achievement Award.
I wish I was as crisp as she was walking up here. It's a pleasure to do this. I have fond memories of this organization, being its president for 5 years after John McMahon, its predecessor organization, and enjoyed that for many years, the people and the enthusiasm and the support that you gave the intelligence community and the defense establishment. I was going to be fairly critical tonight about things, and then I listened to Tish with her uplifting words. But I can't totally follow in the sense that I am disappointed in a number of the organizations in the government at this particular movement, including my own organization, and state, and the National Security Council, and the UN, and a few other organizations that I won't go into. So I know there are people in this room who might disagree with me, but I'm disappointed in a very fundamental way because I truly love the national security business and hope that it does well. I just have this sense right now of that we are not really achieving what we should be, and that we need to do better. Now, let me tell you how we're going to do that. We have a world that is in a lot of trouble. You walk around the Pacific and you look at a Japan that has a government that is doing poorly, an economy that's doing poorly. We have the Koreans that are about to launch a new missile, but they have discovered, what is it, an animal with a horn? They found the first one. Amazing, the Koreans. But you walk through the rest of the world, you walk through Afghanistan, you look at Pakistan, you go across the Mediterranean from Iran across North Africa, and things do not look well. But that's what intelligence officers love. That's what, they can think of the opportunities that exist for a good intelligence officer today. Now, policy, I would say, I'm not so sure about it. But intelligence in terms of informing policy and perhaps helping it a little bit, there's opportunities there that have never existed, at least in my career. There's enough fires out there that you can use all the firemen you want. We need good intelligence officers. And we're not going to run out of the opportunity for intelligence and people to make their careers in the intelligence business. And I kind of apologized to Jessica McKeon beforehand that she was going to have to stand alongside me and listen to this. And she was going to take probably some of the punishment and maybe even a roll thrown at her, who knows. But she's very courageous, Jessica is. She's a good example of the future of our intelligence officers. She was in the Treasury Department for a relatively short period of time when she volunteered to go overseas to the Middle East. Not a particularly hospitable place for women, although where you wasn't that bad, but it was still not a great and an assignment that many would say, you got to be kidding. Am I going to do that? She worked with the U.S. Embassy staff, and I'll tell you, that's no mean task in itself for a young person to come in from Treasury trying to help them on the issue of following the money in an embassy staff and trying to get acceptance from that group of people, CIA people, state people, defense, everybody looking to kind of keep you out of their business. I know it well. Yeah, that's very good. But she did an incredibly good job. And she had obviously the experience and the ability to put a team together and to work with a local government that's not necessarily a hospitable task either, to cut off some key funding to some terrorist-affiliated organizations. And that is key. Follow the money. And so she has, I think, demonstrated in a very short period of time an incredible ability to bring together her skills together with those of an embassy. And so, Jessica, over to you. Don't too far.
There really is a clock here. They weren't joking. I'd like to thank the Intelligence and National Security Alliance for this award. I consider myself privileged to work for the Treasury Department because I believe so strongly in its mission. Financing is critical to terrorist organizations' ability to maintain and grow their networks and carry out attacks. An essential component of combating terrorist financing is international engagement. I'm honored to have been given the opportunity to work abroad with foreign partners in order to raise the profile of terrorist financing issues. The experience I gained collaborating with interagency partners at the embassy and working with host government has been invaluable to my development as an analyst. It has better equipped me to identify additional avenues for foreign engagement and enhance my analysis to inform the decisions of senior Treasury officials. I would like to thank Assistant Secretary for Intelligence and Analysis, Leslie Ireland, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Analysis and Production, Denny McGlynn, and my Office Director, Jeremy Brayman, who are all here today, for supporting my overseas tour. I'm very fortunate to work for an organization that affords its young professionals such incredible opportunities, and I look forward to continuing to work with our international partners to make progress on terrorist financing issues. I'm also grateful to my Treasury colleagues whose insight and knowledge I constantly benefit from, and I especially thank those for whom my absence meant an increased workload. I would not be standing here today had it not been for the trailblazing of Saren Leibovitz, whose previous work abroad enabled my successful engagement with host government officials. Last but not least, I must express my most heartfelt appreciation to my family, especially my mother, and to Kyle, who always stands by me and believes in me. I would not be where I am today without their endless support. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the stage Scott White, Vice President of Intelligence at Northrop Grumman Corporation and member of the INSA Board of Directors. Joining him, Matthew Matchik of Frontline Solutions, recipient of the 2012 Edwin H. Land Industry Achievement Award.
It's a real honor for me to be here tonight to represent Edwin H. Land and the Industry Award. Edwin Land's extraordinary vision and scientific ability contributed significantly to the intelligence gathering of the United States. And I happen to know this because of my 30 years in the government. I was a direct recipient of many of those inventions and ideas that he had. Did well in my career, so I'd like to thank him. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the INSA Achievement Awards Selection Committee. I was a member of that. Eris Pappas is the outgoing chairman. As you've heard tonight, the award winners are very people who've done a lot, and there were about 50 of them that we had to choose from. So it was a very hard choice. So thanks to the committee for all the hard work they put in the selection. So I'm honored to present this year's Industry Award to Matthew Matchik of Frontline Solutions. As a junior intelligence analyst for Frontline Solutions, Matthew's been an effective and skillful leader within the company. His expertise has made him the leading authority for reporting to senior leadership on missions for his client, the Department of Defense. His work has been used by military commands at home and overseas. high-level executives, and even the President of the United States. Matthew not only values delivering top-notch products to his clients, but also values teamwork. He is always willing to share knowledge with his team members and assist new analysts in order to raise the level of expertise for the whole team. Matthew's dedication to team and the nation are qualities Edwin Land would admire. On behalf of Dr. Edwin Land and INSA, I'm honored to present Matthew with the 2012 Edwin H. Land Industry Award.
Thank you, Mr. White. I got to say, it's an amazing feeling to be up here tonight. I would like to thank first off my company, Frontline Solutions Division at ASI Government, for putting me in a position and entrusting me to be in that position, just to be considered for this award today. Also, but most importantly, I would like to thank my beautiful fiance, Kaylin, for believing in me and being a wonderful partner, always inspiring me to do my best. I'm truly honored to be standing here today amongst such distinguished national security leadership and among the other highly accomplished awardees. Credit for this award really belongs to the inspiring mentors and colleagues I've had the privilege of working with over the past several years. Most of these individuals will never have the opportunity to be recognized in a setting such as this because their professional lives demand they maintain a low profile. It is they whom I look up to, they whom I admire, and they whom I am immensely proud to serve alongside. This is an incredible field to work in. As everyone here knows much better than I, our work matters. Our day-to-day efforts make a difference for our country and in this world. For me personally, the greatest satisfaction is not in playing a role in newsworthy world events, but rather in the small moments where I have an opportunity to directly support and connect with our personnel abroad. Just this past week, I endured the proud but difficult task of bidding farewell to my little brother, Lieutenant Thomas Matichek, United States Air Force, as he departed for his first deployment. Thomas, like so many of his brothers and sisters in arms, will be away from his loved ones this holiday season as he does what his country asks of him. He is a very personal reminder to me as to why our work here is so important. In my relatively brief time in this profession, I've learned that we all hail from different backgrounds and strive towards different tactical objectives, but we are all contributing to the same noble mission: the national security of the United States. This mission, this responsibility, is one that I am honored and humbled to be a part of. This award is meaningful to me because it indicates that I, along with my colleagues, have positively impacted this great mission. And for that, I am grateful. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the Honorable Joan Dempsey, Vice President of Intelligence at Booz Allen Hamilton and 2004 recipient of the William Oliver Baker Award. Joining her is Margaret DeBritnio, Defense Intelligence Agency and recipient of the 2012 Joan A. Dempsey Mentorship Achievement Award.
Thank you. Thank you. What an amazing evening. I have to agree with Bill Studeman. Just being here tonight and meeting these award recipients is just such an encouraging thing. And you do get a feeling that the community has good days ahead, thanks to the individuals that we've been introduced to. I'm also thrilled to be here, although I'll tell you honestly, it's a little weird to be giving out an award, with your name attached to it, so I'm still thinking about that. But I am delighted to be here. It's a great group of presenters, and it's a real honor for me to be included in them and to be a Baker Award winner. I always tell people, I'm a Baker Award winner, and they say, really? Is that something, are you like a chef or a cook? And I say, no, actually I'm not, but nonetheless, it's something that I do appreciate and value very, very much, as well as the long association that I've had with INSA, just a phenomenal association for this community, but for the nation's security. And so I get to do the wrap-up tonight in terms of the awards and introduce you to Margaret Dobrinio. I want to make sure I get it right. Dobrinio, sorry. I got to meet Margaret in the reception this evening and had read about her previously. And Margaret epitomizes what a good mentor is, in my opinion. She is a senior intelligence analyst at the Defense Intelligence Agency, and she's a liaison officer to the intelligence community's Prisoner of War and Missing in Action Office. And this is an effort that helps support the mission of bringing home hostages and prisoners anywhere across the world. I had the opportunity 15 or so years ago to work with the POW MIA office, and I will tell you there is no more sacred calling in the intelligence community than the work they do to hopefully bring home hostages or prisoners, and failing that, to be able to identify remains and repatriate those remains, and also provide full accounting to the families. It is a sacred trust, and one that everyone involved in supporting POW MIA efforts takes very, very seriously. And I had the opportunity to talk to Margaret, and I know she does as well. She volunteered and worked hard to get that assignment. It's also clear in talking to Margaret that she embodies the most important qualities and attributes of a good mentor. She understands that you have to be authentic, honest, direct, candid, passionate, and successful in your own right. You really need to be successful, passionate, and compassionate to be a good mentor, and Margaret embodies all of those attributes and traits. I'd also note that her parents are here tonight. Where are you, Mom and Dad? Right over here from New Jersey. We're delighted to have you. And as we have seen with many of the other recipients tonight, senior leaders in their organizations are here, and in the case of Margaret, we have General Flynn, Director of DIA, as well as David Shedd, Deputy Director of DIA, and I'm sure others as well. So Margaret, thank you for what you do as an intelligence professional. Thank you for being an authentic and direct and candid and passionate mentor, and thank you for being here with us tonight, and congratulations on this award.
Need my glasses. I stare at a computer all day long, so I can't see anyone out there. Thank you, everyone. I'm truly honored to receive this award and to be representing the Defense Intelligence Agency, where I've had the privilege of working since 2004. When I walked through the doors the first time 8 years ago, I could not have imagined the experiences and opportunities that have led to this moment. From the moment I started at DIA, I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by individuals who took it upon themselves to teach me the ropes and to encourage my professional development. I didn't start out as an analyst. However, with their guidance, I learned to carve my own path by seizing each opportunity, seeking out new and complex assignments, and deploying to Iraq in support of our military forces, all of which led me to seek out and secure the position of a senior analyst with the ICPOW MIA cell. More than likely, it is the winding path that I took to become an analyst that has driven me to foster the development of analysts around me. I recognize in them the need to dig deep on a particular problem set, to stare at a computer screen until you are almost cross-eyed because if you read a report just one more time, you will find that missing link you knew was there. And most importantly, to believe that what you do is relevant and you too can make an impact in this community. Since I learned I was selected for this award, I've spent a lot of time thinking about the most important quality for a mentor to have. To me, it comes down to passion. You have to love what you are doing in order to encourage those around you. I am lucky enough to say that I love my job and there's nothing else I'd rather do with my life. I am truly blessed to work with amazing, talented individuals who are dedicated to meeting the needs of our mission each and every day. My office not only emphasizes the importance of teamwork, I believe we embody it by understanding that we each have an important role to play, and without each other's support, we cannot meet the needs of the mission. It is in keeping with this spirit of teamwork, I would like to dedicate this award to them. To the DIA leadership, particularly in the Defense Combating Terrorism Center and the ICPOW MIA cell, thank you for your trust and confidence in me and for allowing me to mentor our junior analysts. Finally, I wouldn't be here today without the support of my friends and family, most importantly, my mom and dad, who instilled in me the core values of trust, perseverance, loyalty, and love. With my father serving as a special agent in the Secret Service, I learned early on about the invaluable role of the federal workforce and the role their families play. I am truly honored to say I serve today, and I continue to honor him with that service. Mom and Dad, thank you for always encouraging me to pursue my dreams, for supporting my education, and for never letting me believe there wasn't something I couldn't achieve. Thank you.
Okay. Now I think you know why we do this. Start thinking about who you want to nominate next year to top that, because I think we just saw 6 pretty special young folks. So join me in another round of applause for our 2012 winners. And one last thank you. Tish, thanks for spending part of your day off with us. And I think after listening to those, it was a task worth doing to recognize these young folks. Thank you, Tish. And so start thinking about next year. Thanks for being with us tonight. Happy holidays, and be safe on the way home. Thanks.